Hey guys, Kamen here, another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Jikan Juuken Deluxe Jikan Girade from Kamen Go. This is the main weapon of Kamen Go, which can switch between two modes and is compatible with Girade Watches. So, let's get started. First off, we'll look at the Jikan Girade on its own, starting in Ken mode. So the color scheme for this toy is one that very much matches up with Geo, being mainly gunmetal black with bits of silver, metallic pink, and sea green mixed in. Starting from the top, we have the blade here, which is made of a clear soft plastic. Then you can see it actually has a clock hand mold in here. Going down to here we get the writing for this toy. In this mode it says Ken, meaning sword. And coming down to here we have the socket for Girade watches. Then it has a kind of watch strap that extends down here, as well as a button and dial up top. We got the trigger here, and both here and down here we have Geo's symbol reading Kamen. Now on the back, we've got the mode change button, speaker here, power switch here, and the battery cover, and this takes 2 AAA batteries. So to start, we'll switch it on and we'll get the name announcement. Now, originally, we'll do this one more time. We can get to the mode switching. So to do that, we'll press the button down and hold it, and then flip back the blade, where it'll say Ju, and now we have it in Ju mode. So, now we have the gun barrel here and the muzzle, as well as a bit more paint here. Now the writing switches from Ken to Ju, meaning gun. It has the same basic design from the bomb down. It also pretty well hides the blade by just folding it back into the body. Then if we press mode again, we can switch it back to Ken mode, where it'll say Ken. And the way it does the switching of the writing is actually pretty clever. So if we do this a bit more slowly, you can see that this part stays the same, but the rest of it changes. So this becomes the bomb curve of the kana to the last kana of Ju. So now getting to the attack sounds. Starting off, we can pull the trigger for a basic slashing sound. Then we can press the button for a time charge to activate a strong attack. That activates the GIRIGIRI. That is a pretty clever play on words because we have the onomatopoeia GIRIGIRI plus giri meaning cut or slash. And that's where we can actually get into the name of the toy, the Jikan Girade. And Girade is basically a portmanteau or a combination of two words, which is kind of rare in Japanese, but basically it's a combination of that onomatopoeia GIRIGIRI plus blade. And so we combine them together and get Girade. We can do this again, and it'll make a different sound if we pull the trigger before it gets to 0 time. So we get a altered version of the attack sound. Then we switch it over to Ju mode. We can get the basic shooting sound. Then we'll get the time charge sound. Which activates the SURESURE. And we also get the interrupted sound for when we don't let it get to 0 time. And the onomatopoeia used here are actually pretty clever because they both relate to time. In the case of Ken mode, GIRIGIRI means basically at the last second, and for Ju mode, SURESURE means just in time. So if we were to kind of translate these, we would have the essentially last second slice or the just in time shot. That is pretty clever and pretty well thought out. Finally, we can get to the Girade Watch functionality. So, for that, you simply want to take the Girade Watch and set here, then pull the trigger to activate the special attack. So we'll start with the basic GO Girade Watch. So that activates the GIRIGIRI slash. We can pull the trigger again to reactivate the special attack. Then to remove the Girade Watch, press and hold this button here, and then pull it off. And the way this works is actually all pretty simple because you have this button here, which is what lets the Jikan Girade know that there's a Girade Watch attached. Then you have these little pegs here that have a little notch that will raise up when you pull the trigger. And so this holds down one of the switches and then presses the other. You can see that it has them on each side. That's because of the way that the different types of Girade Watches are basically reversed. So you have the one side for the transformation Girade Watches, and then the other one for the armor Girade Watches. Then you switch it over to Ju mode, and then activate it this time. And this activates SURESURE shooting. You can also bring in other Girade Watches to activate their sounds with the Jikan Girade. So in this case, I'm just going to use the build Girade Watch. So first we'll activate in Ken mode. Then Ju mode. And obviously, because this doesn't read the Girade Watches, the only thing that changes is the rider name that's announced before the special attack. Now obviously this can work for any deluxe Girade Watch, but I'm actually holding off on things like the Gates and Ghost Girade Watches because Gates has his own weapon that can also work with Girade Watches that I'm going to review when I get, and when I review that, that's when I'll use or kind of activate the weapon finish times for Gates' specific Girade Watches. And there we go. Overall, this is a very nice basic rider weapon. It's got a cool design, it looks good in both modes. It has a simple yet clever transformation, has some good sounds for both modes as well as a good amount of functionality, and of course it can be used with the Girade Watches. Now while it doesn't change too much depending on which watch you use, it still is nice to be able to use the Girade Watches with both the Jiku driver and the Jikan Girade or other weapons, and I definitely do like it when we have Rider Series where you can use the gimmick items with both the belt and the weapons because it makes it feel a bit more whole and like they're more connected rather than when you have the weapons that are just completely separate and a lot of times feel like they could possibly be skipped. And while this doesn't include any Girade Watches, it does activate some sounds within them that, you know, you don't really get out of the belt. So overall, if you're a fan of Kamen Rider GO and looking for a roleplay weapon to go along with the GQ driver, I can definitely recommend picking this up. Next time, I'll be reviewing the Rider Armor series, Kamen Rider GO and Build Armor, Thursday at 6 PM PST. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is KRX50, riding off.